Welcome to NCAA Pick'em.
Our bowl special.
The last video for NCAA for this season. We'll be coming back next season, and we'll be better than ever in HD.
In HD. I thought we were gonna throw the HD. What's the word I'm looking for? We're gonna put it in HD earlier this year.
After Christmas, we will be in HD. Like our Christmas tree, it's Christmas time. Got 1 week, a little more than a week till Christmas. 1 week and a day.
Y'all don't realize how epic this tree is, man.
They can see it.
It is epic. It has got all kinds of colors on it. Everything.
Flash. Oh God, it's so colorful.
It makes a gay guy want to play with himself.
But all right,
let's get off of that.
It's bowl season. As our first bowl game starts this Saturday.
Let's get this straight. We're not going to talk that much about the
every
small
bowl
bowls.
game. We'll be talking about the big bowl games like the Rose Bowl, the championship game, the Sugar Bowl,
BCS
the
bowls.
BCS bowls, and any other bowls we really want to talk about. But we're not going to talk about all of them. Some we're just going to pick and go on.
Because if you're a fan of BYU, UTEP, Southern Miss, Tulsa, Toledo, we're not really talking about them that much today.
Yeah. But our first bowl start this Saturday, December 18th. We got the BYU at UTEP for the New Mexico Bowl.
I'm not really going to talk much about this one, but I'm also, as I'm going to be going through here, I'm going to be telling you who's the big pick out of the nation, who's wanting that one to win. And also, I have a couple of these big games. I've got it where the percentages of what side of the country, and this says who.
Mm-hmm. All right, that'll work. But
I'm picking BYU.
All right. Our other two co-hosts are, one's working and one's sick, so it's just gonna be us two for this week's editions. Both their picks will be somewhere in the video. I'll be sure to put it in this time.
Yeah, it's been like 4 times. So
yeah,
putting them in. We apologize.
So you got BYU this one. I got BYU. I pretty much flipped a coin. It's a just toss-up game pretty much. One of them gay bowls pretty much.
Yeah. Well, the pick for the country is actually BYU. That's another reason why I picked them. So pretty much there you go.
All right. So the next bowl on the 18th is North Illinois at Fresno State for the Humanitarian Bowl.
Ain't that about pets?
I guess I don't know.
Oh well, I don't know.
The only year I really paid attention was about, I don't know how long it was ago.
No, do not cut an animal's nuts off. It's not cool. It's not cool.
It's not cool.
So don't get a pet neutered. It's not cool.
Yeah. So who you got in this one?
Northern Illinois.
All right. I picked North Illinois. They lost the last week of the season to Miami of Ohio, but Miami of Ohio's got a bowl game too. But I picked North Illinois in this one. Pretty much another toss-up game. I just picked one, God. I haven't watched any of these. And the last game for December 18th, Ohio at Troy.
All right, this one right here. Oh, well, back to that. Northern Illinois was, of course, the nation's pick. But back to this game. Ohio at Troy. I picked Troy, personally. And I'll tell you why after you get done with your pick.
I forgot to mention, this is the New Orleans Bowl. But I picked Ohio. I just went pretty much on record here. That's all I really went on.
One of the big things they talked about, I got this information basically from Bowl Mania. They said that the Wildcat, with Troy, they have a powerful Wildcat formation, and it's really hard to stop. And Ohio is more of a passing defense, and to stop a Wildcat formation, you got to be able to have a rush defense, and they don't have one. So I'm going to stick with Troy, and you're going to have Ohio, right?
I picked Ohio in this one. Pretty much just going on record here. So that's the last game for December 18th. We get a 2-day break, and then December 21st we have Southern Mississippi at Louisville. One of the first SEC bowl game.
Who do you have in this one, Reed?
I got to pick Southern Miss. They look good. A good SEC team, and Louisville's 500. I don't think they'll beat Southern Miss.
I'm glad you think that, because I think that too. Because Louisville's the nation's pick, but I don't think they can beat Southern Miss. It's gonna be another toss-up game.
Yeah.
Thank God for all the crappy bowl games in the first.
All right, next up, that's the last game for December 21st. That was the St. Petersburg Bowl. Okay, on December 22nd, we have Utah at Boise State at the Mako Bowl.
They say it's a crappy bowl, but that's a game to talk about.
It's a good game to talk about. Just that one, Boise State had that one loss in Nevada that sent them from after January 1st Bowl to a December 22nd Bowl. Kicker, you gotta make kicks, even chip shots.
Oh, well, I'll get to that later. Who do you pick on this one?
I had to go Boise State. If it comes down to a field goal, Utah might win.
Yeah.
But Boise State, they're still a powerful offense.
I went with Boise State also. This is what I was getting into. Most of the nation, 89% of the nation says Boise State's going to take this game. Only 11% say Utah. Mm-hmm. But you also got to throw into consideration that they did say that the kicker on Boise State's side he should, that's what they keep saying, will be benched.
I would bench him. They're missing 2 chip shots, pretty much. But that's just me. All right, so that was the Mako Bowl. We got December 23rd, Navy at San Diego State University in the Poinsettia Bowl.
Who don't love poinsettias?
They're flowers.
They're flowers. They're Christmas flowers.
Christmas flowers! I sounded gay, didn't I?
Yeah.
Christmas lights! All right, let's go. What do you pick on this one?
I picked SDSU.
San Diego State?
Yes, I did.
Well, that's who I picked, too. They gave TCU a very good game at near the end of the year. They didn't lose by much to TCU, and I think they'll beat Navy.
And Navy was the big pick out of the nation. So,
all right. December 24th, we have Hawaii at Tulsa for the Hawaii Bowl.
Well, of course, Hawaii's probably going to win because it's on Hawaii and Honolulu.
Honolulu! So who you got?
That was gay.
Yeah, it was kind of gay.
I pick Hawaii.
Oh.
Tulsa, I looked at who you played this year. You've won 9 games, but you've not played nobody. Hawaii's played a couple people, but not that much.
Yeah, I picked Hawaii too, pretty much because it's the Hawaii Bowl for a reason.
They're in Hawaii.
Yeah, Tulsa, the 9-3, 6-2 in the conference, but I don't think they're going to beat Hawaii at Hawaii. Then we get a break for Christmas. Hope you have a good Christmas. Well, I know I will. December 26th, we have Florida International at Toledo for the Little Caesars Bowl.
That one I was really undecided on. I couldn't pick nothing. I'm sure you probably did the same thing I did. Sitting over there, flick, 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 flick. Where's Mr. Lincoln? Where's Mr. Washington?
Well, those you ended up picking?
Oh, my gut had to run with them. Florida International.
So you picked Florida International?
Yeah.
I picked Toledo just pretty much based on record. I mean, they're 8-4 and Florida International 6-6. That's the only reason I picked Toledo.
Florida International's played an SEC team and almost beat them.
That is true. But I picked pretty much on record. All right. December 27th, we have Air Force at Georgia Tech for the Independence Bowl. This is the first ACC team in the bowl.
Hold up. We got 4 pages of games today, people. Bear with us.
It's a lot of games. 35, I think?
35. Why not 40?
They didn't want to add 5 more.
Yeah, it's actually too many. Who we got on this one?
This is Air Force at Georgia Tech for the Independence Bowl.
All right. I pick Air Force on this one.
You picked Air Force?
They're the favorite out of the country also, but it's not because of that. It's because Georgia Tech's offense have sucked this year. They can't get their triple option to move, and Nesbitt's out still.
Yeah. Well, they played Georgia a good game. I'd give them that.
It's Georgia.
Georgia was better at the end of the season.
Yeah, well, you got to go look who else they played. They lost to Florida State. Well, they're big. They lost to North Carolina State.
North Carolina State's going to a big bowl.
Who's that other one? I think North Carolina beat them too.
Well, North Carolina's going to the Music City Bowl.
There was one of them. Oh, yeah. Clemson beat them.
Clemson beat them, yeah. And that was the last good game we had this season.
When Clemson beats you, you suck.
You suck. But so you got Air Force in this one?
I got Air Force.
I got to pick Georgia Tech. They played Georgia a good game. But I'm an ACC fan, so I had to pick Georgia Tech here. All right. December 28th, we have West Virginia at North Carolina State in the Champ Sports Bowl.
Well, somebody's going to be crowned a champ in that game, and it's not going to be West Virginia on my part. They are the pick out of the nation, but I think NC State can beat them.
Yeah. NC State, had one final game against Maryland. They had to win to go to the ACC championship game, and they lost. That's why they're not in a bigger game, but they're still a good team. I think West Virginia's gonna. They usually get here and they slip and stumble and they lose, like they do in the season when they get ranked 20th. But I think North Carolina State's gonna win this one. Another December 28th matchup: Missouri at Iowa for the Insight Bowl.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give you the insight on this one. Iowa has really disappointed me come toward the end of the season. Even though they're the pick to win this game out of the nation, I think Missouri can take them. I don't either. But if you look it up on the internet, Iowa is the number one pick out of it, unless it's changed.
Yeah, I gotta go Missouri here too. Iowa was good all through the first of the season. They were 7-0.
Yeah. And
then they started losing to everybody. So that's why I'm going Missouri on this one.
Make that a 7-6 overall for them, because I think
Missouri's going to take them.
Yeah,
Missouri beat Oklahoma when they were ranked number 1.
All right, who's the next one?
Next up, we're going to December 29th. This is East Carolina at Maryland for the Military Bowl.
Is there really anything to talk about here? That's an insult to Maryland, because I think Maryland's going to go in there with the socks off of East Carolina.
Well, you got to look at something.
What do you got to look at?
At East Carolina, near the beginning of the season, beat North Carolina State.
Okay.
And Maryland beat North Carolina State.
Well, I'm going to throw something right back at you.
Okay.
It is proven fact. East Carolina has the worst defense in the NCAA.
Okay.
And without a defense and being the worst defense in the NCAA, you will not beat Maryland.
No, I don't think so either. I'm going Maryland here. I'm pretty much picking. I think every bowl game an ACC team was in, I picked an ACC team because I'm an ACC guy. But Maryland's a good team. They beat NC State at the end of the year to prevent them from the ACC championship game. But I think Maryland's going to beat East Carolina. Illinois at Baylor for the Texas Bowl.
Somebody's going to get a horn in their butt. Mm-hmm. You notice Texas ain't even in a bowl this year?
No, they were 5-7 for the year. That's not bowl eligible.
Didn't they go to if I'm not mistaken, weren't they in the BCS National Championship game last year?
Last year against
That is a shame. I can't believe you go from that to being nothing.
Mm-hmm. So who you got in this one?
Of course, Baylor.
You got Baylor in this one. I picked Illinois.
And why?
Illinois, they play Ohio State a good game earlier this year. Baylor, every time I pick Baylor, they've lost. I picked them to upset a bunch of people, and they lost. So this time, I got to go against them. They'll probably win this time because I didn't pick them. But I got to go Illinois here.
All right. Well, what we got next on the 29th, the last game?
The last game for December 29th, Oklahoma State at Arizona for the Alamo Bowl. Remember the Alamo.
Yeah, when y'all got murdered.
Yeah.
I don't see how this one is true. I think this one was by popularity. Arizona was picked to be the winner out of this game.
Yeah, I think that's popularity.
Because I think Oklahoma State can go in there and beat them, even though you got to look at who they played. But I think Oklahoma State's still capable of beating them.
Yeah, Oklahoma State has looked good. They played Oklahoma and lost, but that game was back and forth all the way through, and they just couldn't pull it out in the end. Oklahoma just sat down on them pretty much. But I got to go Oklahoma State here, too. Arizona, you lose to everybody. You lost big to Oregon.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the last December 29th matchup. We got going on to December 30th.
Arizona lost big to Oregon?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think so. I think I watched that game. Oregon just ran over them pretty much.
I thought they came back. All right, well, to December 30th.
December 30th, we have first game. We have Army at SMU for the Armed Forces Bowl.
All right. Army is the big pick of this game. I think it's because it's the Armed Forces Bowl.
Yeah.
But I think Army needs to win this bowl, but I don't think they're going to beat SMU.
All right. You got SMU.
Yeah.
I'm going Army here. It's the Armed Forces Bowl. They got to win. They have motivation to win this because it's pretty much their bowl. to lose.
All the military bands are.
All right, next up we have Kansas State at Syracuse for the Pinstripe Bowl.
Pinstripes.
Woo! Woo!
Kansas State is the nation pick here, but I'm not going to pick them. I've seen a lot through Syracuse, and I think Syracuse can win.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you have to say?
I gotta go Syracuse here too. They looked good all season. They lost to Boston College at the end of the year, but I think Syracuse will come in and beat Kansas State, who is on a slump pretty much. North Carolina at Tennessee for the Music City Bowl.
SEC versus ACC.
This is one of the first matchups against ACC SEC.
The big pick here is the nation says Tennessee can win, but you've also got to look at the nation says 52% of the nation says Tennessee can win, but 48% say North Carolina can win. So it's necessarily a toss-up.
Yeah, it's pretty much a toss-up game here.
Well, if y'all want to be like that, I'm going with the underdog. I'm going with UNC. I think who is it? Yates. Ain't that the quarterback Yates?
I think so.
And their strong running back over there will take care of them.
Yeah, I gotta go North Carolina here. I'm, like I said, ACC guy. Tennessee, they looked good at the end of the season, got bowl eligible, but I don't think they're gonna beat a North Carolina, who's a good ACC team.
Oh yeah.
All right, next up we have Nebraska at Washington for the Holiday Bowl.
Yeah, well, somebody's going to be hanging an ornament on their tree, and I think it's going to be Nebraska.
Mm-hmm. So that's your pick, Nebraska?
Yes, I picked Nebraska.
Yeah, I picked Nebraska here. I picked Nebraska here, too. Okay. These two teams have already played this year, and Nebraska had whitewashed Washington. So it's not a hard pick here for me. It's Nebraska. All right, let me flip my page here. We go to the December 31st Bowl. And first up is my bowl game that I'm going to be watching. South Florida at Clemson for the Meineke Car Care Bowl.
Well, I think Meineke's going to take care of you well because I'm going with Clemson.
Yeah, I looked at the ESPN pickings and
Oh, you actually watched Bowl Mania?
I watched a little bit of it, but I have something on my Android smartphone, that thing they got.
I sat there 2.5 hours watching it.
I couldn't watch it all. I'm sorry.
I was bored.
They said that Clemson, the biggest reason they picked Clemson over South Florida was the quarterback.
Yeah. Even though Kyle Parker
sucks. If they're talking about the backup, maybe, but I don't see Kyle Parker being a big factor.
Now, Kyle Parker, when it comes to baseball, he's a good player.
You should go stick with baseball.
Yeah, you're good at baseball, brother.
But I'm picking Clemson here. Next up, we have Notre Dame at Miami, Florida for the Sun Bowl.
I had to really think about this one, but I'm going to have to stick with Allen Bailey and Miami. I think they can beat Notre Dame.
Yeah, I got to go with Miami here, too. It's
ACC?
ACC, and these two teams have a bitter rivalry. Back in the day, they used to play for the national championship. Who goes to it every year? But I think Miami's going to beat Notre Dame this year. Next up, we have Georgia at Central Florida for the Liberty Bowl.
I really had to think about this one here. I think I'm really stupid, but I don't think Central Florida can beat an SEC team.
So you going Georgia?
Yes, I'm going with Georgia.
I'm going Georgia, too. They picked Georgia to win this game by, I think it was a touchdown.
No. I think it was by 1.
It was something like that. But Georgia, I think they have a strong team. Second half of the year was better for them. They got A.J. Green back. He's going to dominate and win a bowl game for them. And next up, we have another ACC-SEC matchup. South Carolina at Florida State for the Chick-Fil-A Bowl.
Florida State. I really had to think about this one. My first pick, I started all my picks on Tuesday. I circled Florida State. I could not circle them.
You couldn't. So
I had to undo it. I had to take South Carolina because Florida State was defeated by North Carolina State. And who was that?
That was a bunch of people.
There was a bunch of people. There was like 4 big names that they got defeated by. And if you're going to beat an SEC team, you got to be able to be capable of that.
This is one I actually think about too. I wanted to go Florida State, But South Carolina's coming off that big defeat of Auburn, and they looking for a win here. So I had to go South Carolina over my better judgment.
So you picked South Carolina.
I picked South Carolina.
All right. Now for Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year. We got bowl games. Northwestern at Texas Tech for the Ticket City Bowl.
Did you have to think of this one as much as I did, or did you just throw a coin?
I flipped the coin.
Let me guess. Who was your pick for this
I
one?
picked Northwestern. It's coin flip.
Yeah, well, I went against you. I went with the nation's pick, Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. I mean, these are two even teams. They're both even in record and in conference play. But I think Northwestern's going to win.
All right.
Next up, we have the Outback Bowl. Florida at Penn State.
It's a whole lot better than the Outback.
Yeah, this is a surprise to me. Usually South Carolina goes to this bowl every year.
Yeah, well, you've seen how Florida played this year.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm going to throw this up right here. The nation says Penn State's going to take this game. 53% of the nation's going to say it, but I still say it's a toss-up game because 47% say Florida can take it. Who do you say that can take it?
I'm going to have to go Florida. Urban Meyer is retiring again. I think this time it's for real. He wants to go out on a win. He probably want to beat Joe Pa and be a record setter or whatever. Just have that under his belt. So I'm picking Florida here.
I don't see how you took it right out of my mouth. That's why I wanted you to go ahead and get it out so I could say that. But you already did. I'm going with Florida also. It's an SEC team going against, well, ain't that Big Ten, Pac-10?
Big Ten. I get confused every time. I think it's the Big Ten. I think they're with Oregon and the Pac-10.
I don't think Penn State can beat a SEC big dog.
Yeah.
Even though Florida hasn't been a big dog, Urban Meyer's going to want to leave with a big deal. But also come on with that, ain't that kind of weird? A Georgia alma mater or whatever you want to say is going to become the coach of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he'll throw the game away.
I bet he'll try to throw it and Georgia still lose.
All right, next one, the one that everybody wants to talk about.
Alabama at Michigan State for the Capital One Bowl.
The big deal for this game. Everybody wants to say Alabama's going to take this game. 69% of the nation says they're going to take it. 31% say Michigan State's going to take it. Well, I'm going to stick with that 69 because Michigan State has not conquered an SEC team for real yet, and I think Alabama can take this.
Yeah, this is one of the ones I thought about, really thought about. I wanted to pick Alabama, but I just had to stick with Michigan State. All year they've come through for me. That one loss was when they didn't come through, but I stick with Michigan State here. Now we got the Gator Bowl, the one I might or might not be going to. I don't know yet. Mississippi State at Michigan.
You're really going to go to that game?
Might as well. It's football.
It's just down the road. We're good to go. It was really a toss-up game. It was to pick, but then again, I'm going to have to go with the SEC on this one because Michigan. They've been here and they've been there, and then they've had controversy and they've had injuries, and you never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to have to go with Mississippi State.
Yeah, I got to go with Mississippi State here too. Michigan, you just don't know about Michigan, and I know about Mississippi State, so they're going to beat Michigan here. Next up, a big bowl. On the first BCS bowls we get to pick, Wisconsin at TCU.
TCU's the favorite here. Now, who do you have for this one?
I had to go Wisconsin. They were my best one-loss team, and TCU hadn't played anybody. I mean, they got TCU winning this by like 2 touchdowns.
What do you say? What does that say?
That says 17% for Wisconsin.
No, that's down there.
Oh, that says you're going to pick Wisconsin.
I'm picking Wisconsin because Wisconsin is a big school and it has a big defense. And TCU only has an offense and they've really not played nobody. They're just another one in the whack.
There's another whack. Although I think,
wait, they're not in the whack because Boise State would have to play them.
Yeah, they're not in the whack. They're in something else. I don't know. But I think...
they're in the middle of a bunch of no-names.
Yeah. But I think they're moving to the Big East next year.
Maybe. Hopefully. Because at least they'll be in there playing at least somebody.
Then, okay, next up we have another BCS Bowl, which should be a very easy pick. UConn at Oklahoma for the Fiesta Bowl.
I pick UConn, no. No, I did not
That's
pick
fine.
UConn.
I'm writing down UConn.
I did not pick UConn. 83% of the country say that Oklahoma's going to destroy UConn. And whoever that 17% is that said UConn can win.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, go to your doctor. Get you an appointment real fast. Because Oklahoma's going to take this and have a fiesta at the end.
Yeah, UConn, they only got here because they're an automatic qualifier because they won the Big East.
Yeah.
And that they had to fight for that Big East win. But Oklahoma is a powerhouse, and they're going to destroy UConn. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
All right, then we had a break for January 2nd, January 3rd, the Orange Bowl, Stanford at Virginia Tech.
Dang,
I
where'd
know.
my orange go? I had an orange I brought down here for that.
Well, I don't know what happened, what you did with it.
Fine, then. 74% of the country say Stanford's going to take this game, probably because they were number 4 in the BCS, which is pretty funny because ain't you, if you're number 4, you have to play number 3.
I guess, I don't know.
And you had number 11, Virginia Tech, right?
I think they're number 11.
26% of the country said they're going to win.
Uh-huh.
Well, make it however much it is, because I'm going Virginia Tech here.
I figured you go Virginia Tech. And you know what? I went Virginia Tech too. Woo! They were talking about Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor.
He's going to run the show for Virginia Tech. Stanford
hasn't played nobody yet.
They
You got to
played-
look at who Virginia Tech's played this year.
all these Boise State, they barely lost to Boise State.
They barely lost to Boise State.
Uh-huh.
The only one you're going to keep bragging about is James Madison. But
That was just a lapse of judgment.
anybody that can win 11 straight,
You got to pick them.
You gotta
come
pick
on. But yeah, Virginia Tech's going to win this, but basically because Tyrod Taylor's going to run the show. All right, January 4th, we have a good bowl game. This is going to be one of the best ones out there.
the Sugar Bowl.
Ohio State at Arkansas.
55% of the country say Ohio State's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
45% say Arkansas is going to win.
Yeah.
Well, who do you have on this one?
I'm going Arkansas. It's going to be a back and forth game.
Woo!
But I think Ohio State hadn't played anybody. Michigan, all their conference games have been yay. I mean, bleh. Arkansas has played Auburn and barely lost. They almost beat Alabama when they were number 1. That's the only 2 losses they have. So Arkansas wins here.
I picked Arkansas also. It's because Arkansas has showed me a lot this year, and Ohio State's just since they lost when they became number 1 for that 1 week when they had that 4 weeks of changing them number 1.
Yeah, 4 weeks.
Okay, and since then they've been close on every game. I think Arkansas is going to take that right out of their hand.
All right, next we have a break on January 5th to get the January 6th for the Middle Tennessee and at Miami of Ohio at the GoDaddy.com Bowl. Woo!
Go, Daddy! The favorite here, you're probably going to think the same thing. The favorite here was actually Middle Tennessee. You go look it up. It said NCAA.com. Middle Tennessee was going to take this game.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm sorry about beating on table.
I don't see it.
Miami of Ohio is going to torture them.
I don't see how this is the January 6th Bowl.
Yeah.
But
That's kind of late.
it's lame. If you're 6-6, you shouldn't get a after January 1st Bowl. I'm sorry, but Miami of
Shouldn't
Ohio.
even get after the 30th.
Miami of Ohio wins here. We get January 7th, LSU at Texas A&M for the Cotton Bowl.
Dang.
Gonna be a good game.
This is going to be an excellent game. The pick here is actually Texas A&M, but LSU is going to take it from them.
That's what I'm thinking too. It's LSU. I've lost twice. I know one was to Auburn by a touchdown. I don't remember what the other one was.
Touchdown, you mean a field goal?
It was okay, whatever it was. It was a one possession game, pretty much. And Texas A&M, who
that game was controlled by the clock.
Yeah.
Whenever you better hope that you were on top when the clock expired. That's how close it was.
All right, so you got LSU, I got LSU. We'll see what all the other 2 pickers have. All the 3 pickers have. So next up we have the January 8th Bowl, Pittsburgh at Kentucky for the Compass Bowl.
I don't know. I've really had to think about this one. I printed these out the other day, but I thought about this one day asking people. My actual pick was Pittsburgh, but I really think an SEC team can beat Pittsburgh.
So you're picking Kentucky?
Yeah. I'm sure you picked Kentucky, too.
I picked Kentucky. Pittsburgh, the quarterback's quitting this year, too. I don't know if he's going to coach the bowl or not. I think he is. But I'm going to pick Kentucky here.
And the nation says Pittsburgh's going to win, but I don't
The nation can be wrong.
The nation's wrong.
All right, January 9th, the last
Is this
bowl.
one really one to talk about? Seriously.
Yeah, because I looked today for this one. This is the Nevada Boston College Craft Fight Hunger Bowl. I looked today at the prediction for this game.
Yeah.
Know who they have winning?
Boston College?
Boston College.
I know. I looked at it.
Yeah.
But-
It just shocked me.
Well, probably because they're an ACC team, but Nevada is really...
Nevada's a good team.
And I'm guessing you're going to go with the ACC again?
I'm going Nevada here.
Oh, you are?
I'm going Nevada
here. Because you can see it right there. That's Nevada.
Yep. Boston College is one of the worst ACC teams that got a bowl. I don't think they're going to beat Nevada.
No, Wake Forest is one of the worst ACC teams.
They
Even though
didn't get a
you're
bowl.
saying bowl.
Yeah.
You're saying bowl. 2 wins out the whole season. That's a disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
And they put them in HD on top of that.
And last but not least, it's the big one, the BCS National Championship Bowl.
The Tostitos BCS National Championship
Whatever.
Bowl.
It's Oregon at Auburn.
All right. This one is known to be called. This may take a little while. This one's known to be called the nightmare for defensive coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
Who did you? All right. 53% of the country say Auburn's going to win it.
Yep.
47% is going to say Oregon's going to win it.
Uh-huh.
Who did you pick?
Well, you know me. We're located in the South, SEC state, pretty much. I've looked at it. Oregon, they have a good running back. They have a good quarterback, but that's all the pretty much have. They're good.
I disagree with that. They got 2 big linebackers on there, and that could control the game.
I was talking about offense.
Oh, well, I'm getting on defense because this is going to be known as the nightmare for defensive coordinators.
Yeah. Auburn has an athlete at quarterback. He can throw it. He can run.
That's it. Go look at their schedule. They had all the people they played. It's been by a field goal. 3.
Yeah.
3. If it weren't by 3, it's by 1.
They have had 4 come from behind
They're
wins.
good on comebacks. But Oregon's going to come in there in the first quarter and blow them out with 2 touchdowns. They might come back, but Oregon's going to make a name for themselves. I'm going with Oregon here.
You're going Oregon. The only way Oregon's going to beat Auburn is if they get a 40-something lead going into the halftime. I'm picking Auburn here. Auburn is SEC. I got to go SEC. I want to see them SEC win 5 straight national championship games. But, you know, we both have our
Auburn
prerogatives.
win how many?
I said SEC win 5 straight.
Thought so.
And Florida, Alabama, Florida, LSU I think won 1, and Auburn's going to win 1 now.
Yeah. Well, there's another thing. You got to look at stuff to look for. The reason I did not pick Auburn is because Cam Newton likes to hold on to the ball. When he holds on to the ball, he's got to pass through an Oregon 3-4 defense, and 3-4 defense covers all rushing.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can't get through a 3-4,
Unless you're Georgia.
Well,
then they can run through.
Yeah, you're Georgia. You can get run right through. Oregon can control that. Auburn won't be able to stop Oregon's powerful running back because you got to look at this. They always use their traditional 4-3. Am I correct?
I'm guessing. I haven't studied.
Yeah, I found that out. Oregon always used their traditional 4-3, and Auburn is supposed to be the offensive showcase, but I don't think they're going to do it because Oregon's going to be a threat on both sides of the ball. And when you're averaging 537.5 yards rushing a game, even though Cam Newton's
he's
way up there. He's getting up there.
3/4 of it.
But you got to look at Auburn's spread offense running 498 yard a game at average. It's going to be a toss-up. It's going to be controlled between LaMichael James and Cam Newton.
Yep. It's going to be a good game. That's all I got to say.
Well, this is
the last episode until next season.
We're going to miss y'all. We love
y'all.
Well,
We'll still be
no
here for
homo.
the NFL.
We're going to love you, but no homo.
We'll still be here for the NFL. We have Week 15 coming up this week.
Well,
we have the playoffs and Super Bowl. We'll be in glorious HD. And then before the season starts next season, we'll have a special video.
It's been a hell of a year.
You can say that. All right,
I know I can.
This is Richard Reed.
Noel Todd.
Signing out.